So I want to talk to you about how you can add text features to your informational writing. So the first thing I want to go over is how I would make a timeline. So the first thing I would do is go to my drive, go to new, and click Google Slides. This will give me the opportunity that I can create a timeline. So here's a Google slide. You should all be pretty familiar with Google Slides. If you don't want it to be this tall, you are able to go under File and then click Page Setup. If you go down to Custom, you can change the size of your timeline. So maybe I want mine to be, let's go 8 inches wide and 4 inches tall. Enter those dimensions and click OK. This changes the box. So I can type in here the name of my historical figure. I'm just going to use Amelia Earhart again. And then, just as always, you're able to manipulate the text. You guys know how to do that. So I'm going to leave my subtitle. I'm just going to move it down to here. So if I wanted to put a line in for my timeline, I can just go to Insert, Line. And then I could put the line across. Holding down the Shift key will help it become straighter. If I want a thicker line, I click on the lines up here. And I can make it, let's go with 4 point, I'll make it nice and thick. And I want to make sure that's black. So I'm going to click on it, go to line color, and make it black. Now off of here, I can add shorter lines. So same thing, I'm going to insert line. Okay, and if I want a shorter line right here for maybe the beginning of her life, I can do that. Once again, I'm going to make it black and thick. All right, is that how? Yep, that looks great. So now if I want a text box, this little box with a T in it is a text box. So I can, maybe I want to start at the top over here, and I would put my year, actually type out your year. Amelia Earhart is born. Now, if you want to put more information in that, then just fine. Come over here, change my font, and then I'm able to move this text box above that year. Okay, and then I can once again put a line further down. Okay, for another event in her life, same thing. So this is how I would go about, oops, I have an extra line. This is how I would go about adding lines to my timeline and creating a timeline. Now, when I'm all finished, I can go here to File and Download As, and then click JPEG. This one here, JPEG. This will allow me to insert it easily into my Google presentation, or into my Google Doc for my informational writing. So I'm just going to call this, rename it something that you can remember, Amelia Earhart Timeline, and then click Save. And then when I go into my informational writing, you can click Insert, and then, oh, mine's not loaded yet. Insert image from Google Drive. Once it loads, you're going to be able to select, probably under recent. If you can't find it, click this little magnifying glass and you can search for it. That'll work as well. It's going to bring up, and then I can click my Amelia Earhart timeline, and it will insert it. Now mine doesn't have much on it because I just did a quick one to show you. But right there's my timeline. Now in Google Slides, you guys know how to change the background, the font, all of that. So feel free to make it what you want. I just wanted to show you how. Just a reminder, to insert an image, we're going to go to Google and you're going to search for your historical figure. Remember that you need to go under Images, And then I want you to go under Tools, Usage Rights, labeled for reuse. This is how you're going to insert images. You're not just going to do a regular Google search. So if I want this picture inserted, I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to right click. On a Chromebook, you can do that by holding down Alt, which is right to the left of the space bar, and clicking, or by using 2 fingers when you click. So you're going to copy the image, and then into your Google presentation, or sorry, into your historical figure writing, you can click Paste. Now, I do want to show you that if I were you, this would be the best thing to do. I'm going to go back to my Google search, and I'm going to see here it says Wikipedia comments. So in my Google Doc, which is my historical figure writing, I'm going to resize this so it's not so big. And then I am going to resize it again, I think. Yep. I'm going to click beside it, hit enter, and then I'm going to take image from, so I give credit to the people who have the image, and then I'm just going to type this. Wikimedia, oops. There. That way I've given credit to the people who own the image. So I've shown you how to put a timeline and a picture. The last thing is maybe you want a table in your informational writing. Be thinking about all of the the text features that we've talked about with nonfiction writing. I can go to Insert, Table, and then all of these squares tell me how big, think of a matrix in math, how big my table is. So say I want to put in major accomplishments, I might do a 2x5 table and put the year and accomplishment or award if your person earned a lot of awards. And then I could go ahead and type the years and write the accomplishment, and I would have a table. So these are just some text feature options that you can use for your historical figure writing.